Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing pregnancy yoga designed for the hips and the pelvis. So we're going to get started in our tabletop position with our favorite pelvic circles. So finding a comfortable way to get there. Once you are here, we're going to have the wrists slightly further forward than the shoulders, knees stacked beneath the hips, and then take them to the edges of the mat. So we've got a nice big sturdy base here, big toes are together, and then leading with one of the hips, you're going to start to draw the pelvis round in those lovely circles. So tuning into the lower back, the pelvis, the hips, just seeing how that feels, what kind of release you're getting there. And keep changing the direction of the circles, observing the differences on either side of the body, especially the pelvis, the hips. Closing the eyes if you can, just tuning into the felt sense of the breath. And if you do notice any areas that are feeling particularly tight this morning, or whatever time of the day it is when you're practicing this, just send that breath right down to them. Trying to increase the length of our inhale so that we can increase the length of the exhale. You can even bring the shoulders into it here, tuck the chin towards the chest. Really thinking about making those circles as big as we possibly can. So really, really helpful position to be in as well for that up phase of labour. So we're opening the inlet of the pelvis here, the top part of the pelvis with the knees out and the toes together. And then finding some stillness down in that extended child's pose. Inhale, drawing the body back up to tabletop. And then taking one of the legs up behind you, tucking the toes under and pulsing that heel down towards the ground. And then swapping sides. Really feeling that lovely stretch in the hamstrings. And then from here, take that knee back under, tucking both of the toes. Might want to have the knees a little bit wider there. And then take the tailbone up towards the sky, paddling out the heels. And lifting one of the legs, coming into three-legged dog. And opening out the hips, so we take the foot to the other side of the body, just as far as feels comfortable. Don't worry if we're bending that supporting leg. Just trying to get that lovely stretch through the hip. And then drawing that foot forwards, lowering the back knee down, breathing into that equestrian pose. So making sure we've got the right angle here in the front leg. Traditionally, we have a hand either side of the foot in equestrian pose, but when we're pregnant, we might need a little bit more space here. So we can also take both arms on the inside, just making sure that that knee stays facing forwards and not taking it out to the side just yet. Keep the chest open. And we're breathing into the hip here. And then we're going to keep that length through the crown of the head and just see what it feels like to just take that knee out to the side. And then you can bring it back in. Feel that connection to the core there too when you bring it back in. Slowly release. And then slowly engage. So really nice stretch, but also really gentle strengthening exercise. If you can cue those internal pelvic floor core muscles and the adductors there to bring that leg back in, the hip flexors too. Lovely. Last time. And then from here, we're going to wiggle that foot out a little bit more. Again, once we start this, you might want to readjust the position of the foot. But you're going to come back into those pelvic circles, but this time you're leading with the knee. So it allows us to really get into one side at a time of the pelvis. Trying to let this foot come up off the mat, do whatever it needs to. Seeing how far we can take those circles. And again, changing that direction. This can be a really powerful position during labour too, if we ever need to wiggle baby around, if you can feel that they're a little bit stuck, give them a bit more space. And again, if that feels good, you could gently rock the pelvis side to side, just anything that makes this area of your body feel good today. Keep breathing, you can close the eyes there. And then with this leg, we're going to bring it forwards, plant that knee between the hands, and then sink the hips down into that pigeon pose, keeping the chest up, the torso up. You could wiggle this foot up a little bit more, have a little bit more space here. But try and keep the torso up to begin with. Keep breathing into the hip, the sciatic nerve. And then if it is available to you, if you wanted to come down onto the forearms, all right the way down towards the earth, just tune into that. Take your time, we're going to be here for a moment. Really focus on the breath, and again sending that breath to any area of the body that might need it. This deep stretch. And then bringing the palms onto the ground, chin towards the chest, rolling the body, the torso back up. Now we're going to tilt the hips slightly, tuck the toes under at the back, and then take this leg back so that we can come into downward facing dog. Paddle out those heels. And then finding that space on the other side. So lifting the other leg, coming into three-legged dog, if you can remember which leg you did. Opening out the hip there by taking that foot to the other side of the body. And then we're going to draw that foot forward between the hands, or the hands on the inside. Again, tuning into the body, whatever feels right. And however much space we're working with at the front of the body here. First of all, just breathing into the hip there. And feel the quads, feel this side of the body just letting go with that exhale, sinking. And then just taking that foot out slightly. And again, have a play around with that positioning, but we're going to lead with that front knee and start to draw those circles round. Think about the ankle there, the foot can come up, whatever gives you the most space and allows you to have as much of an opening here as possible through the hips and the pelvis. Again, observing any kind of imbalances from one side of the body to the other. Can you feel where baby's sitting? And changing the direction with that knee. And then we're going to bring that knee forwards between the hands. Sink the hips down again. If you need to prop up the glutes on this side, to keep the hips squared and facing forwards, please do. And if you want to bring that leg out slightly, give you a bit more space. Tuning into the body again, giving it whatever it needs. Keep the torso up for now. For a couple of grounding breaths. And then if you like to lower the torso down and finding that comfort in your position, whatever that looks like today, finding stillness, finding quiet. And then tucking the chin in towards the chest, bringing the torso back, and then tuck the back toe under, step it back just into a high plank, and then lower the knees, squeeze the core, knees to the edges of the mat, just drawing backwards into that extended child's pose. And then squeeze the core, driving up and forwards. Watch the wrists here and the elbows, just make sure that they feel good. And then as we exhale, take it back. Keep it moving in time with your own breath. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Getting that length through the pelvic floor, the core here. And round the pelvis, and then exhale. This time as we come up, lead with the hips, draw those pelvic circles. Change the direction. And then glutes back towards the heels. Taking it forwards and back. Exhale, glutes to heels. Inhale up, pelvic circles. Changing that direction. And then exhale, sending the glutes back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Inhale forwards. And this time from here, pelvic circles. And then finding some stillness in that tabletop position. We're going to come back round into seated, but we're going to have the legs going one way. So the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. And then bringing that length back through the spine, connecting to the core, the pelvic floor. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale first of all, taking it down the same way as the feet. Wimble the arms, inhale. Exhale. And again. One more. And then come back through the center. I'm going to bring, swap the legs over to the opposite foot to the inner thigh. And then taking a deep breath in. Exhale, taking it to the side of the feet first. Inhale, windmill. Last time. And then bringing the soles of the feet together, coming into that butterfly pose. You can encourage the knees towards the ground there, or you can find some stillness, length through the spine, gently drawing the hips forwards, the crown of the head lifting up. And then bringing the feet into any comfortable seated position. And we're just going to finish our practice today with our 3 breaths. So taking a breath in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. Okay. Oh no, so it was a bit shorter.